Krishna. Mokshada Ekadasi occurs on the 11th day of the waxing moon in the month of Margashirsha. This Ekadashi vrat is most auspicious because on this day, Lord Sri Krishna spoke Srimad Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra at a place now known as Yudhisthir. It is said that on this day, anyone who gifts a Bhagavad Gita to a deserving person is bestowed with unlimited blessings of Sri Krishna. The word Mokshada in Sanskrit means bestower of Moksha. Thus, observing this Ekadashi vrat destroys all sins from several lifetimes, fulfills all desires, and bestows liberation from this material existence. Furthermore, by the influence of its merit, one's ancestors, children, and other relatives who have gone to hellish planets can be elevated to the heavenly kingdom. The worshipable deity of this auspicious day is Lord Damodara. We should worship him with incense, a ghee lamp, fragrant flowers, and tulsi manjaris. The glories of Mokshada Ekadasi have been mentioned in the Brahmanda Purana, wherein Sri Krishna explained the importance of this Ekadashi to Dharmaraj Yudhisthir, the eldest of the Pandava brothers, by narrating an ancient story. There once lived a dutiful and saintly king named Vaikhanas in the beautiful city of Champaknagar. The king ruled over his subjects as if they were his very own dear sons and daughters. Many devoted Vaishnavas and knowledgeable Brahmanas resided in his kingdom. The king, while ruling properly, had a dream one night in which he saw his father suffering immensely from the pangs of hellish torture in one of the hellish planets ruled over by Yamaraj. The king was overwhelmed with compassion for his father and shed tears. The following day, with extreme restlessness, he described what he has seen in his dream to his council of advisors consisting of the twice born learned Brahmanas. The king asked them of a way to alleviate this misery, for what is the use of one being a powerful son if his father must suffer on a hellish planet? The Brahmanas then suggested that he approach the great sage Parvata Muni residing in the nearby mountainous forest for his guidance. The king followed their advice and took shelter of Parvata Muni with all humility. Being a Trikala Jnani, that is knower of the past, present and future of everything, the sage meditated on the king's past, present and future and said, "Your father is suffering the results of committing a great sin, and I have discovered what it is. In his previous life, he quarreled with his wife and forced himself upon her during her menstruation despite her repeated pleas and resistance. It is on account of this grievous sin that your father now has fallen into such a hellish condition of suffering." King Vaikhanas then said, "O greatest among sages, by what process of fasting or charity may I liberate my dear father from such a condition? Please tell me, how can I relieve and remove the burden of his sinful reactions, which are a great obstacle to his progress towards ultimate liberation?" Parvata Muni suggested the king to strictly observe fasting on the most auspicious day of Mokshada Ekadashi and offer all the merits obtained directly to his father. The king sincerely followed the instructions of the sage, and as a result of the Mokshada Ekadashi vrat, his father was freed from his pain and got elevated to the heavenly planets, and with his newly acquired merit, he performed devotional service to Sri Hari Vishnu and returned back to Godhead in due course of time. Sri Krishna affirmed that the sacred Mokshada Ekadashi vrat is like chinta-mani, a gem that yields all desires. Whosoever strictly observes it, following the established rules and regulations, gets elevated from hellish life to the heavenly planets and achieves perfect liberation after death. Simply by hearing this narration, one can attain the merit earned by performing a horse sacrifice. Such are the glories of Mokshada Ekadasi. Happy Ekadashi, All glories to Sri Hari. Hare Krishna.